If you haven't already, then be sure to check out my review on Dragon Ball Super Episode 51. The motivation of Goku Black has been revealed. Dragon Ball Super Episode 52 is an episode that many Dragon Ball fans have been looking forward to for the sheer purpose that future Trunks will be interacting with adult Gohan. Now, according to last week's episode preview, it seemed like that they were going to poke fun at how Gohan lives his life now, but in this episode, that doesn't seem to be the case, and we're going to jump in and find out why that is. Now, before we jump into the review, however, I'd like to apologize for this review coming out so late. This past weekend was pretty hectic for me, but it was also a lot of fun, because I was out of state at a certain convention that us Godzilla fans know about. For those of you watching, you already know. If you're not a Godzilla fan, it's Godzilla Fest in Chicago, Illinois. So yeah, I was there for a couple of days, and that threw my whole video scheduling, out of whack. So yeah, but I'm back now, so you can look forward to seeing more Dragon Ball Super episode reviews. This episode starts off with Bulma fixing up the time machine, and she's getting help from, the Pilaf gang and her father, Dr. Briefs. And Kid Trunks is hitting on Kid Mai, because Kid Mai's got a thing for future Trunks now, which I guess is a little weird, but, I don't know. I'm not going to judge. I have no reason to judge at this point. It's Dragon Ball. They've done wackier shit in their day. So basically, Kid Trunks is, acting a fool. Oh my god, I actually said that. Yeah, he's acting a fool. He even puts a saw, with a strap on his back to try and make it seem like, hey, I'm my future self, and Future Mai's like, what are you doing, man? So we get some scenes of future Trunks having nightmares about Goku Black and Future Mai, which I gotta say, the animation for these scenes was spot on. Really good. Really good job by Toei. Future Trunks then heads out of his room into where Bulma's working on the time machine, and she says that she has coincidentally been working on a blue substance that will help fuel the time machine, and that they could get a full day's worth of fuel ready in a day, whereas in future Trunks timeline they had a year to get that half the fuel. And Bulma just points out, well, that's because you had limited resources. So it's pretty convenient that they're able to get the fuel as fast as they can. So we get a brief moment with Vegeta where he the last episode he got really upset, and now here it's revealed that the reason why he's so upset is because Goku Black has been terrorizing his family. Now, it's not necessarily his family per se of the same timeline, but it's still Trunks and it's still Bulma to him, so of course that pisses him off that, hey, this guy's messing with my family. Not only is this person messing with his family, this person also looks like his main rival, Kakarot. So that's pretty interesting stuff. I really do think they're setting something up for the future. Maybe Vegeta's the one to take out Goku Black. Maybe, just maybe. Then again, that could just be my Vegeta fanboy inside of me, because for those of you who don't know, I am a huge Vegeta fan. So that would be pretty cool for Vegeta to finally get his moment that, that was taken away from him in Resurrection F. It'd be really great to see that in this arc. So future Trunks gets the idea to go visit, adult Gohan. And Piccolo has to go out of his way to be like, listen, future Trunks, this isn't the same Gohan you remember. This isn't the one from the Cell games. And future Trunks is like, oh, why's that? And, Piccolo's like, oh, he became a scholar. And, Trunks is like, oh, well, he followed his dream. That's good. So, Trunks obviously has a lot of respect for Gohan. We even get some flashback scenes of Trunks' future where, from the Trunks special of Gohan basically knocking out Trunks and then Trunks finding his dead body. There are slight differences, but I still think the original special handled it better. So Trunks takes a map and he flies to the conference where Gohan is at. And right off the first glance, Gohan is able to recognize, future Trunks. And the future Trunks is just thinking to himself, this is what Gohan's turned into? And it's hilarious because, as fans, we can relate to what Trunks is saying. Trunks is like, what happened to you, man? What'd you turn into? What's going on here? But Trunks ends up getting ice cream with Gohan, And then eventually this leads to Trunks going to the household of Gohan and his family, Videl, Pan, Mr. Satan, or as, you Toonami fans know him as Hercule, Mr. Satan, yeah! That was my attempt at a Mr. Satan voice. Hopefully I did a decent job. If not, go ahead, leave a hate comment, that's fine. But Trunks meets Videl, Mr. Satan, and Pan. And of course, Videl's really nice and welcomes him. Like, oh, you came from the future? That's something, I suppose. She doesn't really question it. She just goes with it, which I find really funny. Mr. Satan, of course, is like he's about to introduce himself, but then Trunks is like, yeah, I know of you from the Cell games, but he gets cut off before he could say Cell games, whereas Mr. Satan's like, oh, I'm known in your future, too. Oh, shit, I'm Mr. Satan. I saved the world from Cell. I'm eat bullshit and save the world. I just went on a little tangent there. I don't know why, but I think the Mr. Satan voice is really fun to do. I don't know. Okay, I'll stop. Gohan has Trunks stay over for dinner, and Trunks has to deal with Pan. And this is some adorable stuff because Pan's literally just beating the holy crap out of Trunks, like slapping him, pulling his hair. And it gets to the point where she's about to pull his sword out, and then Trunks has to prevent that. So Gohan's finishing up his study, and he comes in the room and he sees that it's a mess. And that Pan's trying to take a sword from Trunks. Pretty funny stuff. People are obsessed with Dragon Ball needing to have action, in their words, when Dragon Ball originally just started out as an adventure. A fun adventure, not a 24/7 action fest like Dragon Ball Z. So it's really cool to be able to see these kind of moments be brought back into Super. There's a scene where Gohan is playing around with Pan, and he has this huge smile on his face, a fatherly smile. And then, Trunks is like, oh, I didn't know Gohan could smile like that before. And then it gets to a point where Gohan's family means the world to him. And Trunks then begins to imagine what it'd be like to have a family with Mai and Bulma, had Goku Black not invaded their future. And it's some pretty powerful stuff, even to the point where Trunks just starts crying, but he has to cut himself off because he doesn't want Gohan to see him crying. Pretty hefty stuff. I even almost got a little bit emotional over it, but remember, I said a little. I didn't actually get emotional over it. I didn't get fully over emotional, okay? So after that, Trunks, he basically leaves, wishes Gohan the best, and Videl's like, so why'd he come back from the future anyway? And Gohan's like, crap, I forgot to ask him that. Pretty funny stuff. So Trunks ends his day on a happy note. He comes back to Capsule Corp, and he sees everyone there. And Trunks just goes, oh, where's Goku? And Krillin goes, oh, he went with Whis and Beerus to, get this, Universe 10. Now, I forgot to mention this, but earlier on in the episode, Whis and Beerus are talking about who Goku Black may be, and they're, doing research on the battle, and they're still thinking about it. So now, Trunks is like, oh, they're gonna find out who Goku Black is? That's what they're building it up to, but you never know. So we see them traveling the Universe 10. Goku's acting like an idiot, as usual. And the episode ends with our first look at this Kaioshin from Universe 10, Zamasu. Now, Zamasu's been revealed in promotional work, and now we get to see him in animated form. It's pretty cool, and I can't wait for episode 53. It looks like Goku's going to take on Zamasu. So overall, the episode was actually really good. I thought the stuff with Gohan and Trunks was pretty good, pretty entertaining. There was even some scenes where, like I said, I got a little emotional because as a Gohan fan, it's just great to be able to see him do stuff with his family. Now, I know people want to see Gohan be a warrior again, and honestly, the only way I could see that happening is if something, serious were to happen to his family to the point where, he would want to, start training again and, kick ass, to defend his family's honor, I suppose. Maybe. I don't know. But, Gohan's a family man now, and maybe we'll get to see Gohan in the spotlight again, maybe. But as of right now, I think it's unlikely, and I can't believe I'm saying this about a fictional character, but I am happy for Gohan. He's got his life together, he has a family, he has I would assume, a well-paying job, and to top it all off, he has all the money in the world because he's married to Videl, the daughter of Mr. Satan, one of the richest people in the world, next to the Breeze family. So I'd say he's living pretty good. Overall, this was a good episode, and I look forward to the next one. This is Gojira 2012, saying farewell for now.